The electric commuter bike market is full of options these days. Not only are there dozens of companies to choose from, but each one has a handful of options. Fortunately, Eunorau has given us something a bit different with the META 2024 here. It's not revolutionary, but it's a solid entry with some features that make it worth checking out. First of all, the bike is available in two sizes, either with 26-inch wheels like most standard commuter bikes, or like this one with 24-inch wheels, which I found that I really loved. The tires are 3 inches wide, so you're getting a slightly wider yet slightly smaller diameter wheel, something that feels like it's closer to motorcycle or at least moped style tires. And that actually makes a difference in the turns, lowering the center of gravity and giving you a wider contact patch at the same time, so it's a really comfortable bike to ride into those corners. It's got front suspension too, as another nod to comfort, though to be honest, the suspension fork is just alright. Nothing great, but good enough for most bike lane riding. Between that, the wider tires for extra air volume, and the step-through frame, it does add up to some real comfort. Then toss in that adjustable handlebar stem, and the bike has made some real inroads in the ergonomics department, even if the bars are a bit more swept back than I normally like. But let's also check out the electronics department. There we've got what is claimed to be a 500-watt motor in the rear wheel, but folks, this feels much more powerful than 500 watts. I don't know why they labeled it that way, but it feels like it can hang with basically any 750-watt bike I ride on a normal day. Powering that motor is a 48-volt and 15 amp-hour battery for 720 watt-hours of capacity, which is pretty standard, maybe slightly above average these days. Though the company does also offer either a 14 or 17 amp-hour auxiliary battery, meaning you can install 2 batteries at once and more than double your capacity. With that bigger spare battery added, there's a claimed 100 miles of range. Though with just the stock battery, you're still looking at around 40 to 45 miles of range on pedal assist, or somewhat less on throttle operation. Now the bike only tops out at 20 miles per hour, so it's actually pretty efficient, not draining more power than it needs to at higher speeds, though the modest Class 2 performance might be a turnoff for faster riders that want the extra speed of a Class 3 bike. Now I mentioned the pedal assist before, and an important note here is that the bike does include a torque sensor, which is basically a more refined way to activate the motor when pedaling, and it results in more natural feeling motor application, meaning the bike does not feel jerky like some cheaper e-bikes with budget cadence sensors. While the torque sensor is a nice feature to add, on the back end you'll notice a cheaper 7-speed Shimano turning transmission, so not everything is upper crusty shelf here. I mean, to be honest, it's all kinda basic, but this is a budget e-bike, so that's to be understood. You do get things like LED lights, fenders, and a rear rack, etc., so there is some nice added value as well. And of course I'm always glad to see hydraulic disc brakes, which are a low maintenance yet powerful braking solution for safe stops. But let's not kid ourselves and say that this is some kind of high-end bike. It's a modest, mid-level commuter with some nice parts like that torque sensor with good power, a pretty large battery, adjustable handlebar stem, etc. I also do like those 24 by 3 inch tires, since it's something we rarely see in the industry, and it's a comfortable compromise, even if it will somewhat limit your aftermarket tire options. Plus, having 2 sizes of bikes available and many color options is another nice added value that we rarely see in the industry. All told, I think Eunorau did a very good job with this bike's design. Now at $1,699, it's not sending me over the moon on value, but it's quite fairly priced compared to the rest of the market, in my opinion. Torque sensors and hydraulic brakes don't come cheap, especially not when paired with powerful motors and big batteries. If it went Class 3 speeds, I'd be more enthusiastic about it, but it's still a solid option in the commuter space, in my opinion. That's all for now, folks. We hope you enjoyed that review of the Eunorau META 2024, and don't forget to subscribe so that we can see you back here next time.